Preppy Crafty Girl, and I have some really cool kits coming to my Etsy shop. I decided to hop on, do a quick video. Well, it might be a little long to do a video and show you what I've got coming. So I decided I was going to try out two kits called the Happy Homemaker, and I'm doing a winter version. So this spring, I'm going to come out with a more all-around Happy Homemaker, but this one's going to be the winter edition Happy Homemaker set, and it is going to have these two. I kept these out because I want to put this as part of the packaging, but you're going to get two bingo sheets. It is going to come wrapped in this really sweet apron, vintage apron. Look how cute this is with the little heart and the sweet little ruffle, and then it has this ruffle with the tiny baby rickrack all the way around the apron. So it's going to come wrapped in this packaging instead of my normal vintage sheet. I decided I'm going to do some kits and start to part with some of my collection of really cute vintage aprons. Okay, so let's go dig into the kit, which will come packaged in this plastic envelope, and then you're gonna get several different items in the kit. Each kit is going to contain the same items. Okay, so I have one that is going to come with an apron. Then I have three that do not have aprons. They're just going to be winter only, and they will be priced accordingly. They'll be under the same listing. These are going to be under the winter kits, and you'll see winter kit Happy Homemaker, and that will have a different price than these, of course, because it's not going to come with an apron. All right, so you get this really cute recipe card, a blue wine label from Germany. Then you'll get some Cascade drive-in tickets that are blue, a winter scene, a playing card, a blue flashcard. If you like to make wands, I've got a couple of things you could use in here to do a wand, and I'm putting it in a snowflake paper straw in case you want to do a wand for your journal. Of course, I put in my signature pattern girls from pattern book. Then each kit will have different colored winter scenes from books and from magazines. Each kit will get a blue, some sort of recipe card. Then there's going to be a winter. So now this is not Christmas. These are just purely winter kits. So you can use these all throughout winter in any kind of winter journaling you want to do, or over the months of winter. This is not Christmas. I do have some Christmas kits that are going to be hitting my shop. They'll be in the shop listed by the time you guys see this video. So head on over to my shop. You'll get a piece of note paper and some blue typewriter. These go on file folder labels. A vintage sheet of a little scrap of vintage wallpaper. Some vellum, little teeny polka dots. A snowflake doily. Look at that, sweet mama and baby polar bear. These are cards. A winter owl card. Piece of blue stationery. Some handmade paper. I always throw in a few pieces of scrapbook paper, so each kit will get a piece or two pieces of scrapbook paper. I like to throw it in there just around the kit out in case you are making junk journals with this. Then you'll have a sheet that you could then collage on or create tags or something like that. A children's book page. Then I've got some vintage wrapping papers, 3 sheets. So like I said, each kit's going to contain the same items, however, just different pages because they're one of a kind. So you may get a song called Snow and somebody else might get the song called Winter. Word search. I love word search. Some of these are done on one side and not done on the other, so I just threw them in there. They're fun to collage with, or but they will have at least one side will have a working word find, word search. This is a children's activity book page, piece of a ledger that had blue in it. And then you'll get some kind of nature. You'll have some nature book pages and winter scenes or wintry scenes. So you'll get like snowy mountains. Another piece of handwriting paper. And then you will get a page out of an ideal book. Okay, then let's get down to the smaller items. Will come in this cute little snowflake Ziploc bag that you could stitch into your journal and use. You would get a strip of snowflake vintage fabric, another winter scene card, a piece of paper ribbon. Now, the same thing, all these items will be in all the kits. That's the label. Some of these vintage sticker ones, you're going to want to, if you put them in your journal, you're going to want to use glue because they're old and the stickers will not, you know, stick anymore. A strip of a paint strip. Look at this, a cute little snowflake label. Some tiny little index cards I actually got in Australia on my trip, so I thought I'd put those in there. Some of these scrapbook nails, they are double-sided and you can reposition or reversible. The fronts and back snap securely together, so you can use these, punch a hole, and then stick anything down on your page with them, and you have a little decorative element. A few pieces of flannel. So you get some scraps of flannel to do flips or whatever you want to do. This was a blue game card. And a few of these paper money, and then a blue piece from, what's this, Monopoly. Okay, so that comes in that little packet. Next up, I've got another little packet that comes in the winter kit with some little pieces of ephemera. Let's see what we got here. You will get, oh my goodness, these are furry, some kind of furry old button. I just thought it looked like a snowball or something out of a Dr. Seuss show, you know. So anyway, I put that in there. I only had a couple, so I sacrificed some for the kits. You'll get a little name tag with some kind of little wintry scene and a few little pom-poms, which kind of look like snowballs, a slide. These are plastic and they come apart. You can use them like a frame or make a shaker. You'll get a little snowflake Brad, a little star Brad, little tags. This one says snowed in. This is a sticker. You just peel it off. I don't know that it will continue to stick. It's pretty old. You're going to get a Christmas scene from Christmas Seal, a little winter scene, I mean, a metal tag, a blue button, a little blue and white yo-yo, and another white button, and some of this silver beaded trim. And that will round out the winter kit. These are my 2 other winter kits. These will not be coming with a an apron, but I will post them so you can pick maybe what images you like, even though the images will be a little different from each other. So these two will just be our winter kit. Okay, my other happy homemaker is the other happy homemaker is the Christmas edition. And this one will come with this really sweet apron. Look at this with the little Christmas trees and the pocket. So this kit will come with this apron. And let's open this up so you can see what the kit has in it. Lots and lots. I believe this kit may have 100 pieces. Okay. So you'll get a gift saver booklet from S&H Green Stamp. Look at this little sweet vintage picture. I don't know what year it's from. It doesn't say. Looks like might be 50s, 1950s. And then some red and white buttons with the Casa de Leon on it, which I thought, you know, house, homemaker. Look at this sweet little gift card, little Hallmark gift card. Doesn't have the year on it, but I thought it was really cute. Little coffee pot. And then a Christmas coaster, a red flashcard. This is the only thing I think in here that is not new. Oh, this, and then I crocheted a little coaster, Christmas coaster to match, because crochet is a very vintage craft. So I've been kind of making these up, and I thought I would put this in the kit. This is the only item I believe in there that is not old, but I liked the Christmas topiary because I thought it reflected home, so I just put it in there. And then there's this baggie that has some pieces in it. Oops. Some more in there. Yeah. Oh, another one. Okay. So you will get a C sticker. This went on a folder, but it'd make a cute tab for Christmas. A little Happy New Year's tag that is sticky. You may have to use glue with anything that's a sticker because they're vintage. They probably don't have much stick left in them. A little name badge label, some sweet little label stickers, some scrapbook nails, Publix recipe card, some tickets. Got here, red and green, a Christmas seal, season greetings. I loved this font, so retro. Love that font. I threw in a Rolodex card to go, what is that? And a few red and green notepads and score pads. A coat check ticket. And jewel cookies. Oh, yum. Love this picture. Of course, my signature pattern girls are going in here, so you'll get these to do what you want. But I chose the red because it's Christmas, the red and white. A doily, a crocheted doily, a pattern that doesn't have the pattern in it. It's just the pattern envelope, but I love using these either as covers of a book or I love using them as pockets in my junk journals. So I'm putting in one of those. And then in here is all kinds of goodies. So you'll get file folder, typewriter stickers. Again, you may need to use glue. A little die cut of a gold ornament. a recipe card not written on, a recipe card written on, a recipe for lasagna. I threw lasagna in there because this is something that I always make. This is a vintage one, but I would love having lasagna on during the holidays. Oh, I don't know. This is not new. This is not old. This is new, but somehow it made its way in there. I threw in, because this is Happy Homemaker, I did throw in a couple of fun around the house type of advertisement. So here's some laundry. This is just a red mulled spice wine label. And then you're going to get two, let's see, this came out of a cookbook, but I loved it because it was a buffet, which I thought was really sweet. A Christmas picture. This is an actual picture, I think, of somebody's home or something they made up. Let's see, Bob and Shirley. Bob and Shirley. This is their home, I suppose. I'm not really sure. Got it. So, and then another not written on vintage recipe card. Look at this. A sweet little children's book page. I put in the cover of the Better Homes and Gardens because look at her. Is she not like the cutest? Look at her. So sweet. This is December 1970, so you will get the cover. You could use either side. Cover of that. I even take these because they're very large. I put them in my scanner and I shrink them down. Just to let you know, if you want to shrink it down, you can. A couple pieces of vintage wrapping paper. Carving the holiday turkey, of course. Every homemaker needs that. Here is a world of cookie. This is gold medal memory. That was really sweet. So look on that side. You can make, it just has cute pictures of cookies to bring back memory of making cookies. Here's a lady shopping. That will lay on the other side. This was just, I put this in here. It came out of the magazine. It's just red and white. It came out of a Victorian Home magazine. You'll get a word search, chestnuts roasting, or poinsettia. I put the cover of a Victorian home from 1982. It is torn out. Someone tore out, I guess this was where their address was, but it's totally usable. Sweet little decorated Victorian entranceway. You'll get this things you must do for the holidays checklist, a red envelope, a book page, a picture of a home scene out of Mary Englebright. Christmas was the Mary Englebright book. A card of, I think it's a Blue Jay. Blue Jay, yep. Again, this came out of an Edith Holden craft book. It is a little torn. I just wanted to point that out to you. Here's a want list that's red and white. Here is, this is the only one that I had, and it had a little bit of ink spot on there, but I put it in here anyway because I figured put something over it. You could put something over it, but I wanted to put it in here because of the sweet little embossed wreath at the top. Here's a piece of embossed stationery, and this is part of a pattern ornament sewing instruction sheet. Piece of old ledger, another green ledger, so you have green and a red. These are a time card in green, and then this is some kind of, I don't know, appointment card of some sort, and then a sticky note with the cardinals, a red bingo card, a piece of sample of a quilt, another recipe for frosty cranberry tip tops, and tomorrow salad. And look at her just baking. Oh my gosh, is she not like the cutest? I just love her. The little cat waiting for the cookies coming out. I put in this little Easy Entertaining by Pillsbury booklet that came out of an old magazine. Another book page. You'll get Santa Claus with some, I believe this is Cheese Whiz, like maybe before Cheese Whiz. Let's see. From 1971. And then you got Mama Bear here with her little basket of goodies. Piece of, this is really thin, came out of a really old 1942 copyright, an old sheet music book that has Deck the Hall. It's very thin. I just wanted to warn you. I love to put in some scrapbook paper, so you will be getting 2 sheets of scrapbook paper because, you know, if you ever want to make tags, these are both double-sided, or if you want to make, if you're making a junk journal, they're nice to have in there because you could, for something that's as thin as this and fragile, you could back it on some scrapbook paper. You'll get an S&H green stamp. Look at him, Santee. And then a In Search of Christmas book page. You'll get green graph paper. Look at that beautiful tart. And this home from the Mary Engelbreit book. I just thought it was so pretty, and with the house and being that this is a homemaker kit, I thought that would be awesome to have. So this is the Happy Homemaker Kit. I've got more, yes, to come. Hold 1 minute. I'm going to try to flatten this out a little bit so everything doesn't go flying. Then you're going to get number 12. And in here are 2 little packets of some small goodies that match your kit. And you'll get some twine wrapped around a little piece of cardboard. You'll get a little yo-yo, a small tiny little crochet circle, and then this is super old milk cap. So it is rusty. Please be careful. But I had to put it in there because it's red. And, you know, I don't know if you guys remember ever getting milk brought to your home. But I grew up out in the country. So we used to get our milk delivered by the milkman, and he would leave it outside the door when I was a kid. I remember that. Okay. Then here's a little vintage green zipper, which you could, and it'd be really cute. If you're sewing, if you can sew, you could make a cute little pouch for yourself right out of this quilted fabric. So I just want to let you know you have enough to do that with if you're handy at sewing. If not, these are fun to glue down onto your page and use those as decor on your page. Okay. You will also get this little packet of goodies. Let's see what's in this. All kinds of little fun stuff. A brass stencil of a little cherub. A red and a red poker chip. This is just some kind of game piece pog. It's wooden. And then a poker chip. This one is actually a token from the IGA grocery store. So because this is homemaker, it's some kind of cash saver coin. So I thought I would put that in there. You'll get some Monopoly pieces, a couple little jingle bells. So all of this you could turn into a charm with a couple of, you could drill a hole in these little plastic pieces, or you could glue bales to them. You get this little fun metal embellishment, a sweet little seal of an angel, and then B10. Oops. And then you'll get another little bingo marker and a little tarnished gold star you could use as a charm. So this is my Happy Homemaker Kit, which will be going into the shop. When you see this, it will already be listed in the shop. And this one will come wrapped in this really sweet vintage. These have all been cleaned and there's no stains, and these are in perfect condition aprons. This next kit is a one-off. I only have one of these red patent credit card receipt book, it's called. It's so cool. It'd be so neat to use as like a December daily. It's got this front pocket. These, I guess, can unscrew if you want. I don't know how that works. But anyway, it has January through December, and then each month has this little envelope type thing here. So even if you did, what's that guy's name that does, or you get out of debt in a year? If you did his thing, this is really awesome for that. Dave Ramsey, that's what I was thinking of. Okay, so this is the front. It does have a little mark on the back. I'm not sure, some kind of scribbling. I haven't tried to get it out, so I don't know if it comes out. So I just wanted to let you know, but this is so stinking cute. Let me measure it really quickly for you so you can see. It's 9 inches by 4 1/4 inches. It'd be perfect for December daily. And, or any kind of, even going into February if you wanted to. So you're going to get this in the kit, and then you're going to get all these little pieces to decorate it or use in another project that you have. And you get a flash card and one of these cards. This is a little Santa with a tag in there, a tally, a red bingo card, candy cane cookie recipe, yum, a little label, another little label. This is some of that paper type ribbon, some twine, a jingle bell, 2 little houses from Monopoly game. Sorry, I've been painting. My shirt's dirty, I just noticed. Some poker chips, a little snowman button. Oh, a little, this is actually really old. This is actually really old. This is an antique. This came off of a like table runner that I have that was kind of already chewed up. So anyway, I thought I'd add that little yo-yo in there. This is not vintage. This is some kind of flair I just threw it in. A star button, a star little hanging thingy, and a bingo. These actually are real bingo ones. The ones I use on my kit are the real bingo ones, not the Tim Holtz ones. And I just had a little bit of bling, so I tossed that in there in case you want to throw that in the middle of something. Okay, then you're gonna get some fabric little pieces. So snowman, Christmas trees, this is a little Christmas saying, and a piece of flannel. You'll get a people that were in red and green from my 1960s vintage pattern book. This sweet little winter scene out of a kid's book. It is ripped a little bit, you know, it's old, out of a Christmas reader, but the pictures are still really cute. Remember doing this where they pull you up and you try not to get your footprints in the little snow angel? Thought that was really sweet. Okay, there are a couple of these acetate, Christmas acetate little pieces and a saying. Vintage coat check, couple of tags, and this is a sticker. This is a sticker. Now the stickers, this is a file tab sticker. This is a file tab sticker. I just want to let you know that the stickers are vintage and they may not have stick anymore, so I just wanted to let you know. This is just a cutout piece from a ornament layered sticker. Some little receipt ticket type things. These are the cutest, tiniest little index cards I got in Australia, actually. And then a to be done, a Rolodex card, a piece of scrapbook paper. I think this is the only scrapbook paper in here. Then you get this little picture of some Christmas cookies, some handmade paper, a few pieces of some vintage wrapping paper, a bingo sheet, Jingle Bells out of his sweetest little Christmas book. So cute. Then some note paper. I just put this in here. It was red, and then it had a want list, so I thought that was pretty cool. And a piece of embossed Christmas wreath stationery. Here's another piece of embossed stationery. Picture out of a book. Checklist for the holidays. Green score pad. Green, this is a recipe from Publix. A notepad, another notepad, another notepad sheet. These are cardstock. This is some kind of appointment thing, and then a time card, and two pieces of green piece of green ledger and a piece of green grid. So that is this kit. I will call it the credit card receipt book kit, I guess. And it will be in my shop when you're watching this video, if it hasn't sold. So head on over to the shop really quickly, because my Christmas kits are selling out, and I hope you have a lot of fun, and I hope you're having a great December. Keep crafting. My next kit is a red and black cardinal theme. I just started noticing that I had a lot of cardinal stuff in my winter things, so I just started to kind of collect them. So this is like a little mini kit, and this will be going in the shop too. So you'll get this card, plain card with the cardinals, two little blinged out appliques, a number 2 playing card. So some things are going to be red and black, and other things will have cardinals. Of course, I can't do a kit that doesn't have my pattern girls in it, so I did find some pattern girls with red and black. A cardinal postulette, it's called. This is red and black piece of Anna Griffin stationery. Some vintage Christmassy, just this Joyce Holidays with cardinal wrapping paper. Then I put in some wallpaper to round it out, some vintage wallpaper I had. This is in a gray, and then a really pretty red and black. So you'll be getting 3 pieces of wrapping paper. A cardinal page out of an ideal book. And then I put in a piece of this tiny little graph paper just to put it in there. It's blue. I don't know why it's in there actually, but okay, I put it in there. Then you're going to get, this is not new. I mean, this is not old. This is new. It's just a piece of buffalo check, but it's red and white. I gave you a big long strand of that. It's just paper, buffalo check paper. This cute little buffalo check bag. This little red and black plaid, and I put a little red paper clip holding it together. You'll get a nice long strip of red and black flannel, a glassine bag that has some bits in here, and it has a vintage ice cream on a stick, little glassine bag. I put in this red and black bobsled patch, it's an old bobsled patch. I just threw this little piece of paper in here so that it could hold these post-it notes with the cardinals on it. And then you got a couple of tags that have cardinals on them. a cardinal card, another cardinal card, and then this is a, I cannot read it. I don't know. It looks like it might be German. I'm not really sure, but it's some recipe, and it was written on a cardinal notepad paper. So that's going to come in this little glassine bag. I put this in here. It says One Winter Night just because it's the black and red plaid blankie, but this came out of a children's reader. And then last but not least, you're going to get this iron-on transfer of the Cardinals. And this is old, so I don't even know if this works anymore, but it's an iron-on decal and one, I have no idea what a pinup pal is. I don't even want to know what that is. So I haven't opened this. This is unopened. I guess you'll find out when you get it, what's in there. Okay, so that is the black and red cardinal kit, which will be going in the shop. Once you see that, once I post this video, it will be up in the shop for sure. So check out my shop. It's in the link. It's an Etsy shop, and I hope you have a great holiday. So these next kits I am so excited about. I had made this little December book journal, and I put it in my shop. It's still in my shop actually because I just posted it in there. But it's made from a vintage record, you know, there's a record sleeve. So I took it and then I added these heavy duty, they're kind of on some kind of masonite wood, believe, and then I put on this little chipboard thing on the front and added some stickers and some washi to the edge, and I used my cinch and I bound it and put a bunch of fun different kinds of ribbons on here. And then I just started to add in scrapbook paper and some different elements, die cuts, vellum, sayings, dimensional stickers. There's some tuck spots, and I have like that, and then there's things where you can tuck things behind, and then there's flaps. Sorry, my camera is up really super close on my desk. I don't know what happened, but my tripod ended up breaking and I can't get it up to a higher position. So I'm sorry, you have to bear with me on this video. But anyway, I just had to get this done and these things up in the shop. So I wanted to do a video so you could see what's in the shop and what's going in there. So there's lots of little tuck spots that you can add your pictures to or writing and things like that, and different layers and photo spots, and like I said, some, you know, you can tuck stuff in there. I left things kind of open so you could tuck. There's like a little gift bag here that's been stamped on that you could put something in, and this little glassine bag with a Tim Holtz little skater kid in there, and some more little turtling spots. And this is a vintage Woodruff seed that I just stamped on. And then there's, what else is back here? Then you got this little like photo mat. Sorry, didn't mean to smack. So lots of little tuck spots. And then this back here flips open. So even though there's not a whole lot of pages per se, there are a lot of tuck spots and fold outs and areas that you can add to make it chunky. That's why I didn't want to add a lot of pages, because when you add a lot of pages and then you add your photos and all that, it gets really, really huge. So anyway, it's a nice size, and I love holding it. So I love this journal. In fact, I'm getting ready to do a series where I'm making my own for my December daily, and I will have it up on my YouTube channel after this. I'm going to do a series for the rest of December in it, and I am going to then offer them up in the kits in the shop if you want to work along with me. So let me show you what comes in the kit. first you're going to get some kind of Christmas cardstock. And the reason why I did this was because you'll have your choice of Christmas albums, which I will put in the shop. And so there's a nice little Christmas Eve, and then there's Happy Holidays. And you have your choice of either working this way with it, or you can bind it this way here, and then you can look at it that way. So you're going to get the front and the back, and I cut them down to a nice size. The size is, but if you want it smaller, you can cut it down. They're roughly about 8 by 11, a little over 8 maybe. Some are a little bigger than others. And then look at them, that's sweet. And then there's this one. And then there's this one. He actually is on front and the back. Then, oh, is this whole stack upside down? And then there's this one. So you will get your choice of a cover, but then all the kits are going to be random. They have the same items in them, but they're different images. Okay. So the reason why I put in the scrapbook paper, and you could use your own scrapbook paper if you want, was so that you could cover, you know, the insides. You are going to get 2 of these rings so that you can bind it. You can put, I did mine with the cinch, but I couldn't send you guys them cinched. So I put in, everybody's getting 2 rings, and you can just punch holes and bind it yourself. I love this one. This is like Currier and Ives. Love it. Jingle bells. So some have a little more adult theme, and some have some children's themed. I know everybody has different tastes, so I tried to put a good mix of different album covers. Christmas on Fun Street. Okay, so you're going to get your choice of album covers. Then, and you'll get 2 rings in your kit and 2 pieces of random scrapbook paper. I don't know what they're going to look like. Each kit's different. The kits will come in. I had a couple of vintage Christmas tablecloths. So I made envelopes out of them. Some of them may have a little mark, but I think pretty much the ones that I put in here will have no staining. I made sure, and they're super, super clean, and they smell great. And I just love that I made the envelopes out of it. I'm so happy that I did it. And these all have seen better days anyway, so they're, you know, they had some holes in them and things like that. I didn't use new ones. Okay, so here is the kit. Now, what I want to tell you about the envelopes is, if you don't want to keep your kit in an envelope, what you can do with it, and what I did with mine, was I made myself a journal. So I took the fabric that I had left over, and I made myself a dory, and then I added this cute little pom-pom, and I actually sewed it and made it like my normal dories are made in my shop. So for myself, but if you want to do this, you could get some. You don't have to finish the edges. Like all my dories have finished edges. They're all turned inside, and I also put eyelets for the holes, and I haven't put the elastic on these yet, or any of my Christmas dories yet. I've got to get to work. Christmas is going to be here. I don't know if anybody's like me, but I tend to work into January and sometimes February on my December album. So, and sometimes I don't get to till the next year till I pull out all my Christmas stuff. So don't worry about, you know, being behind. Just keep trucking and, you know, keep crafting. So that's what I did with mine. And you have enough to do that with yours. This would be the sweetest little dory. Okay. And there's all kinds of videos on how to do it. There's no sew, there are sewing ones, and everybody has different ways of doing it. So I do not have a video on how I do mine. But you're gonna get the envelope. Okay, then the kits have a little Holly Hobby theme to them, which I'm just thrilled with the little Holly Hobby stuff that I found. I just love it. And I also found some photos of a vintage Christmas parade. So I added a photo in. Now all the kits will come with the same items, just different images, but everyone will get the vintage, the Holly Hobby items that I put in here, and everyone's going to get a bingo card. And then and then everything else might be a little different image, but everybody's getting the same amount of items and the same item. So let's go through these kits. I'm super excited about these. I love how they turned out. And in them, I put a little gift for your family, which is this fun game called Pass the Ugly Sweater. So everybody's going to get a deck of Pass the Ugly Sweater in their kit, and it is a card game. Some of them are wrapped, some of them are not wrapped. But anyway, it's a card game. So I hope you have fun playing it. It's a lot of fun, and I'm adding that into every kit. Okay, so let's get to the bottom of the kit, and or to the top of the kit, or whatever. Okay, so I'm going to set the two little packets aside, and we will go through them. Okay, so you're going to get a 12, some kind of 12 card, a tally card, like I said, Holly Hobby, vintage, some kind of Christmas themed recipe, Betty Crocker recipe, a red bingo card, and a sweet little vintage, look at this, says Merry Christmas, and they're in their little vehicle. This is just so darling, and everyone's going to get a vintage Christmas parade of some sort. I don't know what the images are going to be, but you will have some, or you'll get a picture with the Christmas tree and maybe a family or something, but they're all vintage pictures, and they are all the original photos. Everyone will get some sort of red and green themed, these are pattern girls, and feel free to use either side if they are double-sided, but you will get some kind of pattern girl in your kit, and then a flash card with a 12 on it for December. And read the packets. You're going to get a Holly Hobby decoupage piece of paper, so you can actually, if you want to use this on the inside cover, you could even cut around them and decoupage them onto a page. So everyone's going to get a sheet of Holly Hobby decoupage paper for in your kit. Some sort of Mary Englebright Christmas book page, a page out of which these got some rips in them. I just wanted to let you know, but the page is totally usable. These came out of an Edith Holden craft book. I actually picked up the Edith Holden craft books in a shop in New Zealand in a thrift store. So that came all the way from New Zealand. Just thought I'd let you know. A piece of graph paper. Some of this stuff I can see is coming out backward. You're going to get some vintage wrapping papers. There's several offcuts and larger pieces, and yeah, so you get some of those. A children's storybook page. Some are older than others. This one was extremely old, but I thought it was really cute because it was about a gingerbread man cookie. You'll get some kind of music sheet. Some came out of children's books, and some came out of regular just Christmas sheet music books. Everyone's going to get some kind of vintage Santa image in their kit. I don't know what kind of Christmas image, Santa image, but everybody's going to get some sort of Santa image. You will also get 2 pieces of vintage fabric. You could cover the inside cover of your album, make pockets with these if you wanted, or you can make a dory out of them if you want. There's plenty here. They came out of a fabric, decorator fabric book, and they do have a little chunk taken out of it, but there's plenty of real estate left on these. And someone said that if you take a heat gun to this, this comes off. I did not try that, so I cannot attest to that technique, but if you do try it, please let me know. You will get some kind of appointment card that is green, Evidently, this is stuff's upside down. Okay, so that is red, I'm sorry. You'll get some kind of Christmassy kind of note card, a doily, a craft paper envelope, and a craft paper sack. Some pieces of, this is some kind of paper, I don't know, it has a little sheen to it, and then, but everybody will get some kind of red and green type of paper, vellum or handmade paper or something, specialty paper. These pictures are the sweetest. They came out of a vintage Christmas book. Oh my gosh. They are the cutest. Look at her. Cutest little people ever. And I love the illustrations. So I put some of those pages in. Everyone's going to get a Christmas theme, word search to add to your book, and a holiday to-do list. A red envelope. I thought this was a cool envelope because you could add it as a pocket here, and then you could add something here and use it as a flipped page, and then you could use this part as a flipped page too. I thought this was a really neat envelope, so I added that in. This came out of a Hilton, but it was green, so I put it in there. It's like tic-tac-toe game. So another vintage book page, a want list from a notepad, a piece of stationery that has an embossed, this is so pretty, an embossed wreath. And then you're going to get some ledger paper, a green score pad, a green notepad. So basically what I added in was some red and green pads of paper that I had. And then this is a sticky note. I put one of these in here, so it is kind of stuck down onto the page. And then a green time card. So that is the paper side of your kits. And you get a lot in here to make pages in your book. So yeah, just love the Holly Hobby, adorbs, adorbs, and that, and all kinds of stuff. So this is the smaller paper ephemera that comes in the kit. I just wanted to kind of just show you this real quick. It will come in some kind of sack, and so you get like note paper and some of these file folder typewriter stickers. Now just remember that whatever you get that is a sticker, you're probably going to have to reinforce with some glue, because it will probably not stick as well anymore over the years. It probably loses its sticky. So you see I'm putting in some game pieces, and then a little tag, and that, some, here, this is a green recipe card, or yeah, and then this has like a little notepad and a Rolodex, and these are little photo corners. So those, and a little cardinal, and these are super old. These are those gummed, but they're probably not gummy anymore. I don't know that I would lick it. I found it in a shoebox in a basement, so, or I mean in like a crawl space. So yeah, I don't know that I would lick this. I don't recommend it. I would use a glue stick because they look pretty old. A few tags, some Merry Christmas stickers, a few little index cards that I brought back from Australia, paint chip. This is from a file folder, and then I thought you could, you know, for Christmas you could stick it as a tab. It is a sticker, semi-sticky, a little film strip, and that, and this little card, and then a Christmas seal, some green stamps, S&H green stamp sheet, a bingo sheet, and a mulled spice wine label in red. Okay, so that is the small pack of ephemera that comes also in the kit. And then you're gonna get 2 more kits. Yes, this is the kit that keeps on going. So you're gonna have plenty here to use in your journal. Let's open up this one. This one is going to have a yo-yo, red and white baker's twine. Some of this, like, I don't know what this is, but this is old. It's that paper ribbon, I guess, for packages. And then I put in some strips of fabric and just different little offcuts of some vintage Christmas fabrics and flannels and things like that that you could use to make tabs or flip ups in your boat. Then you're going to get some red and green flowers and a little bit of bling. And everybody's bling looks a little bit different. So I just wanted to let you know. Yeah, so that is this is a long strip of some long strips of fabric because I thought you could tie, you know, use it like ribbon tie onto the album if you wanted to. And also this is a long strip too, I thought you could use to tie on. And then you've got that. So that comes in that little packet. Then you're going to get a little packet of you could turn them into charms. They're just a bunch of little red and green gold doodad things that I stuck in here. I thought it'd be fun to make a charm out of. You'll have to get some bales, or if you have a drill, you can drill holes in it. So, oops, that came out of somebody else's kit. So there's like some red and green poker chips and another poker chip. Then you have this checkerboard piece. I thought this was really pretty because it has a crown on there. So I have that in. Some bingo chips. These are actually really old. These are not the Tim Holtz remakes. These are vintage, actually. Out of a bingo set, you'll get a couple of these red and green houses. And some jingle bells. These are nice sounding jingle bells. I'm kind of particular about how my jingle bells sound like. This is some kind of red pog, I guess you call it. A red paper clip, a little star, and then some game pieces, a little red clip, and some kind of eyelet you'll get. This happens to be holly. I don't know what's going to come in your kit, but everybody's going to get a Christmas themed one, and then a red brad. So that is what's coming in. Let me see if I can move this there. In the, this rounds out the kit. Okay, so these are going to be called the Holly Hobby kits, and I guess I'll call them the Holly Hobby kit. You only get 2 pieces of Holly Hobby ephemera in them. Or they may be called the record album kits. I'm not really sure, but you'll recognize them when they're in there. And yeah, so that is that kit that's going in my shop tomorrow, or by the time you see this. And link to my shop is down below in the comment section. If you just click on the little down arrow, it will open up a box and it will have a link to my Etsy shop, and also you can follow me on Instagram. I have one of these left in my shop. I just wanted to share in person what it looks like. So you'll get a fabric dory. They're all finished edges. These are, I consider them a standard wide. I made them a little wider so you can really chunk them out. They have an elastic pen holder. And then inside, you're going to get an insert, which can be torn up and used in your blank notebook in the back, or you can just keep this for note taking and just use this as is. But the insert's chock full of fun Christmas vintage stuff. But I did use a heavy duty piece of cardstock on the front. And this is, it feels like it's like embossed maybe, or flocked, I'm not really sure. And then this is just a little piece that I sewed and glued on there. It's a little decorated tag. some Christmas song, Christmas carols. And then there's different pages. I stitched a few vintage buttons in here and ledger paper. And then there's a little tuck spot with all kinds of like wallpaper, tags, and graph paper, some kind of grocery store little stamp things. That's a stitched pocket. S&H green stamp. I did make a copy of this. Was an old postcard that I had, but I only had one, so I just made a copy, and then I turned it into a little tag holder, and that's just tucked in there. You can tuck it back into the tuck spot. You get a die cut of a stamp. It's got a little tuck spot there. Some dyed paper. Washi tape sample, a little boy, a little Tim Holtz card, stamping, slip. I circled, I put in the dictionary paper and then just circle with a pencil. You can erase it if you don't want it, but whatever word that had to do with Christmas. Some typewriter stickers. This is another little pocket that has a little glassine bag that has all kinds of punched out shapes, labels you can use in here, little mason jars, and just different label shapes. So that's in there. And then this is a little pocket, and in here has some offcuts of some scrapbook paper I used, and a tag. I think there's like recipe cards, handwritten recipe cards. Santa paper, vintage wrapping paper. Like I said, you can either use this as it is, or you can tear it up. This is a stencil on palette paper you can use throughout your book. I just stapled some things in if I felt like you wanted to use them somewhere else. There's the other side of the envelope. Pocket also has different tags, some offcuts of some things, and book pages, and extra little whatnots to use throughout the to make it your own. Tag here in a pocket, tuck spot, and then this was a stamping catalog from I think from Australia or whatever. I'm not really sure, but I ended up using it because it had Christmas images, Santa card. This is just a sticky note stuck in there, so feel free to move it around. So there's cardstock in here, making it nice and sturdy. And I just taped this in, figured you could move it. So that's how come you're gonna see some elements just tucked in. There's a whole sticker set in here. And some things are clipped in because I figured, like, see, I put in some of these fun little recipes or ads. Because I figured you could make it your own. Little baggie. I kept some of the pages full so that you could, open them up in case you wanted to do more journaling. And then that's the back. And then you'll get a plain one in here too. You have some nice 3mm elastic holding it shut. And you have the eyelets where the elastic is, and this is nice and thick and chunky. So I just wanted to let you know that I have one of these left that's already done, and this is in my shop. But I've got some empty ones coming to the shop, and I'm super excited about these. I had some extra of winter fabrics, and I decided to whip some of these up. They're not finished yet. I still have these. This one's finished. It has all the elastic in it, but like I said, these are less because these are my normal TNs, and these are wides. And what I mean by wide is that I made them a little wider so that you could chunk them out. And I can tell you they are, when folded, 5 1/4, and then by 8 3/4. And then I also have a couple of passport ones going in, and these are 6 inches, give or take, by 9. And then when they're folded, they're 6 by 4 1/4. So I don't have my elastics in these, but I wanted to show you the patterns that were coming, and I have several of this really sweet city street vintagey theme. I loved this fabric. Love, love, love. I may have to keep one for myself. I don't know yet. So I've got those. I have 2, one in the passport and one in the regular wide side of this. The passport one has the buffalo on both sides, and then the larger one has like a camping theme on the inside fabric. Again, these will have elastics in them when you get them. And then I have more of the vintage Santas coming to the shop, and these have this really cute vintagey print on the inside. These are all the standard wide. These will be coming soon. As soon as I get them strung up, take the photos and everything. And then I've got this fun, there's a passport and then a regular wide size, the standard wide, and this is in a fun flamingo palm tree Christmassy theme. And then this is a standard and a passport size in the Hugs and Hot Cocoa. This is like the cutest print ever. So again, once they get strung up, they will be going in my shop. So click on notifications so that you know when my shop is open, and the shop link will be in the description below. I have some vintage Winnie the Pooh going in. Look at Winnie the Pooh and Tigger. So cute. And Eeyore, Piglet. So these, again, passport and standard wide. I did come across, people were asking me, I know this is a little late to fall, but you could always get it for next year. There's a passport and a standard. I did find some more of this fabric in my stash. I thought I had some to whip some up. I didn't unfortunately get them done for fall, but I'm gonna put them in the shop anyway because I know people were asking me for that, because that is my actual personal fall fabric one that I've been using. So I did find some extra fabric in my stash. I have a Tim Holtz passport one of this fabric, and that fabric's on the inside. And then I have a Rifle Paper Co. in the Alice in Wonderland, and then the teapot and the stacks of cups on the inside. This is super cute. I have a couple of Rifle Paper Co. ones. I've got this one, which has that on the inside, and I'll have this one, which has this on the inside. And these will, again, once I get them with the strings in them, they will go in the shop. So those are going to be coming in the shops really soon, super soon, because Christmas is upon us. These will not come with inserts like this one that's already in there. These will not have inserts. These will be my regular TN price. I also am restocking my quilted bookmarks because I know people have asked me for these, and I have made 2 a little bit longer if you have bigger books, but they're great little tags to add to your junk journals, or you actually use as a bookmark. They're very shabby, quilted, hand-dyed ribbon. So I've got those 2 longer ones, which are, they're 9 inches long. And then I have other ones that are about 7, or give or take 7 inches about. And I've got a couple 7 or 8 inches. I've got these 3, and then more, and some of them have pom-pom trim, and they've got little snippets of vintage lace, and they all have vintage buttons, and I did a little slow stitching on a couple of them, or no, all of them. No, yeah. So yeah, so these will be coming to my shop also, and hopefully we'll have everything posted by the time you see this video. So hit a thumbs up if you liked my video. I know this is a lot because I've got a lot going into the shop, and I hope to see you around. I will be back with some more videos doing my December daily. I got to get it set up. So if you buy a kit from me, which is the Holly Hobby record kit, you will have exactly what I have to do mine. Even though I'm using a cinch, I did put those binding rings I showed you in your kit. And the kits, those kits are over 110 pieces, I think. Yep. And just chock full of everything you need to make an awesome vintage Christmas album. Super easy, super simple, and we will work through the rest of December together. And I have same day shipping, so the same day I get your order is the same day it will go out if it is within the time of my postal worker coming. If not, then it will go out on the following day, and I send everything out priority or first class. The kits are large. They're going out priority. I do have free shipping for over a certain amount in my shop. The big kits go out in a priority mailer, and so you get those really quickly. Something like this will probably just go in a little envelope and go out first class. So anyway, so I hope to see you soon, and I will be back working in my December daily.